How's your first event like?
Terrible. Once you're a guy that is doing great things, everyone's gonna talk about you, always. Because I can't sit down and talk about someone not doing great. We talk about Muhammad Ali because he was great. I can't talk about Joroge because I don't know what Joroge is doing in his life. The cake is big enough for all of us to eat.
Yeah.
And clearly all of us are eating.
Yeah.
So it's just the mindset you put in yourself.
Before now we even get into that whole journey and how it's been, which one makes you feel more fulfilled?
Being the funny guy. No.
Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Just to Kick It Is a Blessing podcast. Welcome to the podcast where it's all about time, where we teach, inspire, motivate, and entertain through the art of storytelling. Today's episode is proudly brought to you by Dillness Limited. Dillness Limited is a lifestyle brand that gives you access to discounts on everyday experiences. You remember back in the days how we'd buy the newspaper or the magazine for coupons and vouchers? Now that's what Dillness is all about, but digitally. Today I have a special guest in studio with me, and without further ado, I will let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Kasey Omwanda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about you.
I'm a funny guy. That's for instance.
We'll see about that.
I'm a DJ and an entrepreneur here and there. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. You said you're a DJ and an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So, and the founder of.
Oh yeah, founder of Airbeat, which is the company that does the biggest festival in East Africa called Summer Tides.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Okay. DJ, founder, and entrepreneur. So, how has that journey been? Or how did it start? Let's go back. How did it start?
I've been DJing since I was like, I think 13, 14.
Okay.
So I learned that from my brother. Then now, like, within time, when time came now to pass, I always wanted to play at like Kenya Nights gigs and 6 a.m. gigs at that time. And I was like, I think 14, 15.
Yeah.
So probably, I know they probably used to think, what's wrong with this kid?
Yeah.
So I used to bug them so much to like perform there and stuff, but I never got the opportunity.
Okay.
So that's how Airbeat started. I was like, you know what? Let me just start my own thing so I can be booking myself and and I can be booking anyone else who's upcoming.
Yeah.
Because I know the struggle of an upcoming DJ at that time. So yeah, in 2017, that's how Airbeat was founded. That's how it started. And yeah, that's how we are. That's where we are now, 8 years in. So this is our 8th year now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, man. So DJing when you were started when you were 12, 13, learned from your brother.
Yeah.
And events from 2017.
Yeah.
Before now we even get into that whole journey and how it's been, which one makes you feel more fulfilled?
Being the funny guy. No.
Okay, which one makes you feel more alive?
Both of them have their different outcomes, different outreach. So, like for me right now, DJing is a hobby. So I don't get booked every weekend or like every day. I pick and choose when I want to play and perform. So I can probably play twice in a month, then I disappear, then I come back. So it has different effects to me as DJing.
Yeah.
Also for me, why I took a break on DJing for a whole while was because it was really getting to a point where I was turning too close to becoming an alcoholic. And that time I was probably like 16, 17, which was crazy to me at that point. So I had to take a step back because for me it was sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
you can
okay.
cuss, you can cuss.
Oh, it was fucking up in my anxiety and I had to take a step back from that.
Yeah.
So now, right now, the DJing I'm doing now, the DJing I was doing back then are two totally different things because I'm in different positions in life.
Yeah.
I'm older right now, so the feeling is different. It feels like therapy to me and it feels like just a break from now the whole hula baloo of being an event organizer or concert planner. So the both of them have different takes in life. For me, like planning concerts or shows is different because you get to see thousands of people enjoy what you've crafted with your team for months or even sometimes years, because Summer Tide has been I'm making since 2019, and for it to be where it is now, it's taken years for it to be where it is now. So the enjoyment of seeing guys enjoy and have purpose to travel, we were talking about how guys when before you had the lights on and the cameras, we talked about how guys travel from Kenya, Uganda, okay, Kenya being Nairobi, but any other parts
Everywhere.
of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, guys from UK coming out and like coming to Kenya to come and have an experience of summertime is a great thing. So having such things is a great feeling to me. So both of them have different takes in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go back to DJing. Um, what was your first event like as a DJ, and how did that actually make you feel?
It was great. I was playing at Iconic at that time. Those who know where Club Iconic is, where Mass House is now,
Yeah.
there it has a whole breakdown story. So Iconic was the first place I played at. Can I even remember the name of the event? I can't remember, but I went with my sister and my brother because my parents couldn't allow me to go out alone at that time.
Yeah.
And the fulfillment of just being on that stage for me was breathtaking. So the feel of just being there made me feel like, you know what, this thing's not as hard as I thought. I can achieve it as time goes by. So step by step, everything will align with time. And it made me, it gave me grace of as much as you push, things will align, but it won't align to your timeline. Because at that age, I was looking at myself like, yeah, when is Tomorrowland calling me to play at Tomorrowland? Because I
Yeah.
just look at Martin Garrix and be like, this guy is like almost 2 years older than me, but he's playing for 100,000 people, 20,000 people. It was crazy for me. So that was like also my drive to see such guys at my age and almost sharing the same age at that time play for such big stages. And I was like, yeah, one day it's gonna be me at that point. Yeah.
Do you remember how many people the first event you were DJing for?
Yeah, my sister, my brother, her friends. So like, so like 10 guys.
Yeah.
Because I was given an opener set. Because that time,
Yeah.
I was just that time I used to go by KU5.
Yeah.
So that time I was like, it's just KU5. It's just starting. So let's give him the opener. But to me, it was a proud moment because I was given that chance. Because that time, if you know about Iconic, that was a legendary place.
It was.
So it was just like, bro, as long as I'm playing in Iconic, I can go back to school and brag to guys and be like, yeah, I played at Iconic the other day, yeah. So this time I even finished KCPE and I'm like, bro, I'm playing at stages like this at this age. So it was crazy for me at that point.
No, the thing about numbers is crazy because for me, the one guy who impressed me in terms of performances, I think, is Boutros. Yeah, I've been to a concert of Boutros for over 1,000 people, and I was in one that failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his energy was still the same.
Yeah, it has to be, man.
Like the guy, there was nothing down about it. Like he
There's no
wasn't there.
change
There was no
in
change.
energy, yeah.
And I was like, is this how someone respects what they do and the time they're giving to someone, that despite whether it's one person or a couple hundreds, thousands people,
Yeah.
it's still the same energy.
Yeah,
And
you
I
have
think
to.
for him, I think that's why this has probably been one of his best years, because of the energy that I've seen
He
him
gives out
giving
to
to the
people,
world.
yeah.
Yeah.
For your craft, so as long as you're an entertainer, you have to entertain when you're on that stage. Whether you have 10 people, whether you have 20, whether you have one,
Yeah.
that person has to be entertained from when you start till when you end. So it's never about numbers at the end of the day as an entertainer in the DJ perspective. Every time we're given that platform or stage to do your craft, you have to entertain every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the days where you don't feel like entertaining and you have a gig? Because we're all human.
Yeah.
I know there's days I walk into the office and I'm like, God damn, I don't want to be here.
Same. Those days.
Yeah. What happens? Just be honest with us.
Yeah, just take a shot of 5, then you'll be straight. Now I'm playing. Uh, I think you just have to sink into the energy and have people around you who are going to put you into that stance, for instance. So you have to have guys around you who boost up your energy to the point of you feel like you have to be now. You're ready, you're charged up, you're going. Because these days you go on stage and you're just like, you don't have the energy to do it, especially when you're hungover. It's terrible, man. So you have to get guys around you who make you feel like you're doing the right thing. So they even cheer for you if you're doing the nastiest shit on those decks. But with time, it's gonna come now to your senses of, oh, but I crashed that beat there, so I have to change it up the next time.
Yeah.
So you just need the people who are around you to be supportive and holding you throughout the whole time. Yeah.
No, because I've always wondered, like, sometimes you're meant to be the happiest guy in the room.
Yeah.
So now what happens on days when you can't be the happiest guy in the room? And energy is such.
Yeah, it's vibrant.
It's yeah.
You can feel when someone's energy is off always. So just once you have the guys around you who hold you down the whole time, everything else from there aligns.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you look at it, what's probably been your best DJing experience?
Preferably, I should be biased though, but playing at summer tides for me it's usually so like graceful because I close the festival every year.
Yes.
So the last set for the whole festival,
Yeah.
I'm the one who plays the last every time. So it's usually a real moment because guys stay till because I play at like 6, like it's a sunrise set.
Sunrise set.
So guys usually stay from that time till I finish like 7:38, and usually so surreal that there's guys actually who want to sit down and listen to me play. As much as I'm not even that big of a deal now,
Yeah.
it's a surreal moment for me at that point, and also to close a festival that brought it up since it was a kid. Since it was right now, it's this is the 5th year.
Yeah.
So 5 years in, it feels like a whole memory thing. Because actually, the crazy part is I've been doing that since the first summer tides. But since the first summer tides, it was so unknowingly. I didn't do it to know that I should be like so. This like of late been planning the sets of so this guy is playing from this time to this time. Because that time there was no Case had finished playing and we needed more music to continue. I was like, cool, I'll continue playing.
Yeah.
So I played from that time. We finished till like the sun was rising.
Yeah.
And it's usually a proper moment because also the sunrise for me, I like sunrises and sunsets. So when that happens, it feels glorious to me.
No, for real, the sunrise in Coast at a festival is
It's
crazy.
different. It's too
it's
different.
Very different, especially when the music is hitting.
It's hitting, yeah.
And people just sit there at the beat like 1,000
Just
of
waiting
them,
and jamming.
just waiting, just
So,
enjoying the
it's usually-
sunrise, taking in those moments.
Yeah, the
especially when
moments.
it's like the ones for New Year's are crazy because now you're jumping over to the
new year. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
What's been your worst experience
As a DJ.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know DJs hate this thing for, can you play for me this song? Can you play?
Yeah, song requests. Because I double dutch in both. So I can play urban, I can play everything, and I play uns as well. But most guys know me on the uns side. So when I used to play urban, guys come and give you requests. And that time I was looking at them like, do you know I buy these songs? So I'm not about to start going to YouTube to type and download them now so that I can play it for you. Because also that lowers the quality for me on the end. Because the quality of iTunes or Beatport is different from YouTube quality. So if I'm already playing high quality music, I don't want to interrupt and play low quality music just to impress you. And also have a whole way of how my set has been arranged. So I don't want to mess it in between. So probably the song you want is probably on 50 BPM. And I'm at 100. Like, come on now, we just can't start switching up BPMs like that. So the request thing is really annoying most of the times.
Let's move on to the part about event organizing. So, how did it start? The DJing, we understood that you started learning from your brother, and that's how everything took off.
Yeah.
How did the event organizing part start?
Through rejection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, through rejection.
Yeah, because I don't know. For me, it's not a bother to me anymore, so I'll just mention it.
Yeah.
I reached out to get the guys working the nights for me to play, and they rejected me, and I felt a way about it.
Yeah.
Probably because how he delivered it, and I was like, you know what, cool. I think I'm just going to start my own thing where I can just also uplift upcoming DJs who are coming up so that they don't feel like they can't play in these big stages. So that's how Airbeat started at that point. And at that time, I was hungry for concerts because I used to go for concerts at that young age. And I used to see the experience of how you'd stand in the middle of a concert and enjoy everyone else's energy. So my mind space on the space of what is the person who's organizing this thing feeling after seeing all these people here. So that's how the urge came in. Yeah.
How's your first event like?
Terrible. It was nuts. So I had my first event with my first event was Afterglow. That was 2017. This is so crazy because I was like watching the video the other day of the promo.
Yeah.
I think it was 2018. And that day there was an event called Hype happening. So it's like we're competing on who's gonna get the biggest numbers. So Hype was by some homie of mine called Sirawa, and his was a house party. Actually, no, scratch that. The first event was sign language. When I did it with Elvis and my homie Elvis and Sam Vincent. Yeah. So that was their show, but they reached out to me to help them. And we did it. It was a success. And it was during summer. Then that's when the idea of Afterglow came now after. Because summer 2016 and 17 were top summers. If you are there, you know.
Yeah.
There were different times. So
Yeah.
at that time, summer was the gate. It was like our December for the 844 guys. It was like our gateway for having fun and turning up crazy. So the idea came of like, why don't you do an event called Afterglow? And in December, when everyone was closed. So cool, we did it. Had like 5 to 10 people. That's my mom, my dad, my sisters, and their friends, and my friends. So there's no one who paid there, definitely. So it was a free show, and it's warm. Like, come to think about it now, if I look at it right now, I'm just like, what was I even reacting about at that time? Because I've gone through crazier losses now than then. And I broke down to it, and I was like, this thing, I don't think it can work anymore.
Yeah.
So now January was reaching, and my mom was like, so September you have to go to school, yeah? I'm like, okay, what do you mean? Like, yeah, you have to go to university. You just finished your year 11, so you can't just sit down, hang around. You have to continue the education. And that's why they got me. I was like, hey, right. So I went back and I told them, what if I have another option? If I have another, like, clearly the thing that's bothering you guys is for me to be idle in the house.
Yeah.
So what if I have another plan? Would you guys allow me to do it? I'm like, okay, cool. If you have another plan, then cool, you can do it. And I sat down, I thought, so this after going to Diani, so we used to go to Diani the first week of July, as how summertime is right now. So the whole week we used to just go to Diani and chill. So did this in 2017, did this in 2016, did this in 2017. Then 2018 we did it as well. But it became so redundant to me because we just used to go and chill there the whole week. The only thing we used to do is go to 40 Thieves.
Yeah.
Is it called 40
40
Thieves?
Thieves,
Yeah.
yeah.
We used to go to 40 Thieves, and the DJ used to play. They used to play. Wasn't even a DJ. He was just playing music from YouTube. So that thing pissed me off so much, man.
Yeah.
So I remember one day we were at went to my friend's villa. She's called Halima, and we sat there. And I was so tired of doing this house hopping of, okay, today there's someone's party, let's go here. Tomorrow there's this guy's. And I sat there and I asked myself, what if we did like a concert-based thing here where guys can have actual fun that we're trying to look for in people's houses and we can't find it?
Yeah.
Then I came back. So now 2019 is when I was asked by my parents, so what's the plan? And I said, yes, now this is the plan I have. So this show called I want to do a show called Summer Tides. Do it in Diani because I know in the first week of Diani there's at least 1,000 people of us IG kids who are there, and for sure everyone that Saturday is gonna come for Summer Tides. So I was certain the plan was cool. My parents were like, alright, so we'll chuck money from your school fees for you to do this show. If it fails, just know you're coming back to going to school. So at that time I was looking at going to do music production and music business in UK. I've forgotten the name of the school. But I was going to UK, and I was like, I don't want to go to school because for me, school has never been something for my backbone. It's been, for me, school makes me feel depressed because of the experience I've had in school with teachers pinning us down and making me feel like, oh, you'll never make it. Now I want to meet them where they are. But it wasn't a sweet moment for me in school because I wasn't the A student, I wasn't the B student, I want to continue there, but it was the life was techy at that point. So by the time I was even finishing high school, and I got good grades when I finished high school, which was the craziest part. After doing homeschool, because I was expelled from Aga Khan, if I catch you, it's fine. It was like, so my life in school was so like it wasn't the smoothest for any kid, So the trauma that came from school was like, no, I'm not about to do this again. And then I'm feeling like I'm a teen and I'm going again, start arguing with teachers, having back and forth. So I was like, no. So let me find a whole idea about it. So my parents came through and they're like, cool, give us the layout, how much how much you need, then kick it out from there. So that's how Summertide started in 2019. Yeah.
Wow. And did you? I know now you've not gone back to school, so it must have been a success. Or what happened?
I mean, I'd want my primary school mathematics teacher to come and sit with me and ask me how life is now. We can sit in the same boardroom and talk now. I mean, yeah, it's great. It's been great. Yeah. Not really 100% great, but it's been something.
That particular one, how was it?
2019? Yeah. It was crazy. It happened. So, oh my days. So my mom used to track tickets like every month. So we did everything in February, March. Then April we started doing the pushing. So April, May, June. In those 3 months, I think we sold 25 to 30 tickets. And I said, this nigga's going back to school. I was so convinced I'm going back to school. So I was like, whatever, man. So by the time I'm going to the end, the first week of July, my parents were like, you know what? You've done your best. At least you've tried, you know. Yeah. You've put yourself to the test. So just go, complete the show. A real man has to complete what he started. So just go do the show. But that's when you come back. Those applications later that will be waiting for you on this table will be crazy. I was like, cool. At least with me now, I can say I tried, you know. So in the train, in the Sijar, we're sitting down and I'm seeing so many people I know. But when I see the ticket like portal here, I'm not seeing their names. I was like, you niggas, man. You can't say all my friends and you haven't bought any tickets for this show. But I didn't address to them. I was asking them, so are you guys coming for Summertide? Yeah, we're coming. So in my head, I'm like, are you guys coming for Summertide and you haven't bought tickets? I was like, all right, whatever. So I didn't pay attention. So we landed on a Wednesday. So it was that Thursday. Wednesday or Thursday, I think we landed a day before. So setup was supposed to start on Friday. It didn't start, I started late. Then by the time Friday was reaching the evening, our tickets shot to 125. So in my head, I was like, you know what? At least I'll have at most 200 people coming through. So when the event comes, my dad lands on Saturday morning. We plan out things, comes the wristbands, everything. Then Saturday now happens. This is 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Around 10, we had walkie-talkies. So when we do events, we usually have walkie-talkies. So around 10, my friend Sean has really been with us throughout this whole thing. Sean in the walkie-talkie says, Kasey, please come to the entrance. We have a problem. At that time, I'm so moody and I'm pissed off because I'm like, what's wrong with you guys? How can't you deal with 200 people, man? Like, this is just 200 people for you to control and the security and police there.
Yeah.
So what problem could you guys barely have at this point? So I leave and I go downstairs to the entrance and I see a whole line of people. And I was like, yeah, this is crazy. So I ran, I look for my dad, I call my dad and we come back to the entrance because now everyone is paying cash. Yeah. Because no one bought tickets. Those guys didn't buy tickets online.
On the platform.
So this is cash being handled. So we didn't even have a money box. So money was even being transported through a fanny pack. Shout out Tara. Tara was transporting money through a fanny pack. And it was so crazy to see all those people who like, guys knew about it, but they weren't in a rush. Yeah. They trusted in the source. So they came through the last minute and it was a success. So we had, I think, over 1,000, 1,200 people. Then after that, before my dad left Diani, he was like, yeah, I think you found what your craft is. So now, when you come back home, you tell us what's next, what you want to do next, and you kickstart it from there. So I think that's the solidity of now how things now started properly. Because 2017, 2018, we didn't really do much. But from 2019, that's when the proper run started now.
What's the advantage of having supportive parents? Because you've really talked about your parents. And I'm just trying to even think if I ever told my dad that I wanted to miss school, that he give me my school fees to try something.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be a conversation we'd have. And my parents are very liberal. So, you know.
What's the advantage of having supportive parents? Everything's an advantage, man.
Yeah. How do you feel like your parents have supported you so far? And what would your advice be to people out there trying to go for now such... not the norm things.
Yeah.
Because again, I see a lot of people now doing not the norm things. And some parents are finding it hard to understand.
I think my advice would be to the parents, not to the young guys. Because I think Sauti Sol usually say, mtoto akizaliwa anakuja na sahani yake.
Yeah.
And it's to the point of, it's literally that everyone has their gift and everyone knows what they want to do. So for me, my advice would be to the parents, just by the time your kid is coming and tell you something, he's not crazy. Like, give him the chance, give him the shot. If he fails, cool, because people say once bitten, twice shy, and the journey is never instant. This thing takes long. Like, for us to be where we are right now, summertime, it took us 5 years. If I gave up that day, that's 2019, and I've said, nah, you 25 guys, I'll refund you your tickets and your money. Like, let's just not have this show. We wouldn't be here sitting down being hosted by the great Tupac. Like, so things you have to take a leap of faith every day of your life. Actually, every day in life, and you wake up, you're taking a leap of faith in the crazy times, because you never know if you'll go back home alive. Guys actually down the road. So to the parents, just give them the chance. You never know, man. Your kid can be the next Rema. Your kid can be the next Barack Obama. Your kid can be the next superstar in this world that you never even expected to see. And for me, I usually always tell people, when you look at the top richest people, I've never heard of an engineer, I've never heard of a doctor, I've never heard of a lawyer. It's guys who went and took the leap of faith and did their thing, or it's guys in the entertainment industry, or just guys who believed in their own craft. Yeah.
No, and I agree with you, because never in my life did I think I'd see a Kenyan sprinter. Now look, we have,
Omanyala, yeah.
we have a Manyala.
Yeah.
But never in my life, all those days when I used to watch Usain Bolt, I used to be like, when will Kenya come on this stage?
Yeah, I didn't even think a Kenyan would be on.
I always knew ask for 3,000, 5,000.
And done, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even I never thought a Kenyan would be recognized by Nike to have our own statue in the Nike headquarters, like Kipchoge.
Yeah.
You get. So everything's about leap of faith.
Did you ever feel like there's a moment you wanted to quit? You're like, shit, like, I've hit the fan. Let's call it quits.
Yeah, man, so many times.
Yes.
I've been depressed.
Yeah.
I was depressed during COVID because I was trying to do shows that weren't happening. So after Summertides, we were trying to do notes, UK, grime, singer, rapper, whatever. And then that's when COVID hit.
Yeah.
So we tried doing it, but the on and off lockdown really messed us up, so we couldn't do it. So we went back to the drawing board. The guys on Twitter cooked me. Yeah, it was a rough patch. And then next was 2021, where we booked Gabzy, but there was an issue we had with the team regarding his change of price, because he had done a big show in London, so his price changed, and that price range you couldn't reach. So I didn't want to stretch myself to the point of trying to do a show and I don't have the money. So we had a good conversation with the team. His team, those are my guys, still date. And we just said, you know what, you can't handle this, so whatever, we just has to cancel. But for me, it was on a cancellation because it happened, so it was postponement. So I went back to the drawing board again. Then now I met 3 social guys in 2022. Yeah. So 2020, 2021 is when I felt like, damn, I need to quit, man. These things mess. Actually, no, even 2022, I felt the same way. Because there's a part now, our relationship with the 3 social guys wasn't going really well. And I felt like I was played financially. And at that time, I had, quote unquote, small investors who had given me money to do stuff. So I wasn't able to return their money in time at that point. And they were on my neck, So it was constant calls. And that time I was dealing with everything alone. Like all these pressures coming to me alone. So I felt like I just want to kill myself and just, let me just not do this shit anymore. And the crazy part is I was going to do that a week to what changed my life, which was Summertides 2022.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before we even get to that, how was COVID for you? Because I know COVID for a lot of us guys was very depressing. But now I'm trying to think about you who's in the outside space. You're an event organizer and you're a DJ. And those were the two. That was something that was really affected by COVID.
Yeah.
So how was COVID for you?
It was terrible, man. Business-wise, it happened. Love life. Anyway, I don't think we'll even get there. But I think COVID for me was a whole lesson on how you just always have to be prepared, Like, never sit down and think that life is just chilling for you to keep on progressing and moving, because things change every day, Because right now would have been a pandemic lockdown. 2 years ago we were,
Yeah.
but now we're not. So you see, life is fluctuating, life is changing. So for me, I took COVID as a lesson. As much as it's affected me mentally, it was a stepping stone for me to be where I am now. I had to go through that to be where I am now. Because I feel like if COVID didn't happen and I didn't go through a breakup, I don't think we'd be here sitting right now, honestly speaking. Yeah, so for me, COVID was a game changer for me initially because it made us think of doing events in different ways in different spaces. But ideally, for me, I'd take it as a lesson than an L.
I think, and this is something that I've seen recently. So I do this just okay. It's a blessing journal which has like questions and quotes on every page. So there's a different question for the day and there's a different quote for the day. By the way, we're working on the 2025 one, so guys, get yours soon. We'll let you know when it's out. But other than that, like I've been now like because of the research you have to do and reading some of those quotes. And if you read like also a lot of some of those quotes, they really tell you about hard times is what make men.
Yeah, it's what builds you
It's
actually.
not yeah. And I think I don't know if I've shared this on this podcast before, but there was a thing I was reading about some Arab guy that said, yeah. So he said, my great grandfather rode a camel, my grandfather drove a car, my dad drove a Benz, I drive a really nice car, my son will drive a less car than mine, his son's son will drive a worse car, but that's because tough time make good men, easy time make whatever. And he was saying that's now the issue that he sees within the world.
The generation right now.
Yeah, and I was like, that's quite profound. When you look at it, what was probably your worst experience as a event organizer?
There's many. I think I'd say Gabzy last year.
Yeah,
As much as we had a big show last year, the fact that you take time to plan out, and I'll say in specific Gabzy in Kenya, because we did Kenya in Uganda.
yeah,
Uganda's was beautiful, man. Like I think as revelers in Kenya, we need to adapt the culture Ugandans have. So the issue that we have with Kenyans is there's this new trend of guys having the notion of see tutaenda tu tuvunje gate.
yeah.
You see the same thing that happened at Johnny Walker, which was so unfortunate. So for me, that was our worst experience because we planned a really good show for guys, but guys online came to attack us because of the actions that the security took, which was unfortunate as well, but that's beyond our control. That was the security company that did that, whereby the security company and the police, so the police in specific and the police threw tear gas to guys to disperse the commotion so that guys don't cause a stampede there. And it was so unfortunate for that thing to happen because there's a bunch of people who came with the notion of let's go cause a havoc there so that we enter the event free. So of late, it's been a trend whereby guys want to enter the event for free and face no repercussions, which is really crazy. But if you learn from Uganda, because Uganda is also organized to the point I even thought I'm not even in East Africa. Like I felt like I'm in a different whole space whereby guys just want to see and enjoy the concert and go home. They don't want to cause any commotion. If you don't have your ticket, you just stay at home. You don't come and try to push and like spoil the experience for the guys who've used their earned money to come and pay for the experience. No. So yeah, for me that was one of the worst experiences I had whereby we planned a whole show and it was perfect to the T until that happened now. Yeah.
And when you look at it, what's been your best experience?
Ooh. I feel like for me every day is my best experience when we do the show and make it like complete.
Yeah.
Like once you deliver.
But there's those moments where you're like, this is what I was made for. Like, or you don't think you've reached that yet?
I mean, every year changes. So this year I'd say Summer Tides.
Yeah.
This year Summer Tides was crazy. When I stood on the stage and I said, all these people have come to Diani just for this 2-day festival is nuts, Because coming from Summer Tides having 1,200, 1,500 people to 7,500 and above is nuts. And then dealing with all those people. So, yeah, that was a surreal moment for me. So I think every year it changes. Because now this year will be Summer Tides, 2025. The next year will be something that's different.
Yeah.
That's on the pipeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you found your purpose?
Not really, though.
Okay.
I keep on making this joke to my friends, and women I've had talking stages with. I usually have the notion of, do you know what I usually tell people, you know what be I just want to be waking up in a farm and have like 20 acres and I can just see cattle just walking around and have a ranch. Like that's for me is when I'll say I'd cool. And I can leave the ranch, enter helicopter, come and party with my homies, then I go back to the quiet life. So for me I think the ranch life and exiting from this whole noise is what will make me feel like, yeah, I've made it.
That's so crazy because you're talking about such a big transition from such a
Yeah,
quiet life, from such a loud life to a quiet life. Why do you feel like the quiet life is for you?
because I've experienced the loud life enough.
Yeah.
Because I've been in the entertainment industry since I was 13.
Yeah.
Now I'm 20 something.
Yeah.
I won't say my age. I'm 20, I'm 20
To the
something.
girls you're lying to, but it's
I'm
okay.
old enough. But it's crazy because I can't. Even I have a partner right now called Collins, and he keeps on reminding me, we can't live this life forever.
Yeah.
So we always have to do our show. Like this is the last show we're doing. So tomorrow you can wake up and leave and go do something else totally different from what your norm is.
Yeah.
You get. So for me, that's life for me. Having a family, having just like waking up to the birds chirping and just water flowing, and I'm in a whole ranch. Yeah, probably the bit will still be there, the company will still be there, but it's just making money for me. Like I'm not working in the business anymore. There's guys running it, but I'm at the ranch just chilling and having my life.
Your quiet life, huh?
Yeah, it's quiet, man. No pressure, no Nairobi girl drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've really talked about this loud life and this Nairobi girl drama. What do you think? Especially being in the entertainment industry, do you think? What do you think the issue is, especially to young men? Because I feel like especially for young men, a lot of our issues stem from there.
Yeah, rule number one is to keep your dick in your pants. That's the only way you'll survive, honestly. The longer you keep it in your pants, the longer you stay. Because honestly, I think what's disturbing guys in the come up is this thing comes a lot of quote unquote fame. I don't like calling it fame because I don't like picture anything like I'm a famous person or anything. It comes a lot of eyeballs, I'd say. I think that's the most standard way to put it. And everyone wants to be around you. So if you don't cut the guys around you quicker who put you down, or don't cut the vices in your life faster, I don't think you'll survive in this space. Because everyone's gonna have the notion of, oh, I know Tupac. Yeah, Tupac, the owner of, yeah, that's my homie. So everyone has to have the first notion of, yeah, that's my.
Yeah.
And if you don't notice the snakes in the grass early enough, I don't think you'll be able to survive in the game.
But how do you notice the snakes early in the grass, especially like exactly what you've said that now because of this that you've achieved, that a lot of people want to say, that's my homie, that's my homie, that's my homie. How do you notice the snakes in the grass?
It's so easy to just put guys in their position. So there's people who are your. So I call my guys my bros. So there's my bros and there's not the acquaintances, which are just the guys. So my bros are my bros who've been there with me for time, like Rahim, Sean, Ricky, Josh. Those are guys who've really seen the growth and they've understood where we've started from and where we are now. So those are really guys who pick and point and say, yeah, that guy is not a real homie for you.
Yeah.
Because we've been together since, like for me, Rahim, Ricky, and Josh, and Mehari, we've been together since we were kids. So we know each other since like we were the youngest guys. So as we grow, we know which guys fit around us and which guys don't fit around us.
Yeah.
Especially even for females. Crazy things my friends are really so picky about. Nah, that girl is not for you, man. Like, drop it, bro.
Yeah.
So you can be infatuated with the babe, seeing her Instagram, she's a baddie, but your home is just coming to no, that's not for you. And from you knowing how they treasure you and they have the best interest for you, you just have to back off from that babe. So if you're a babe and I've ghosted you, just know my friends told me not to stop. My friends told me to stop talking to you. Yeah. So it's just having the right people around you in hindsight in life. Once you have the right people around you, I think everything else flows. Yeah.
That's interesting. How do you have the right people around you, especially as men that are not competing with you? Because that's another issue I hear around male friendships, competition.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know. That's a hard thing because you never know at that point. Because when you grow, also, you get new people into your life and you get new friends, new bros into your lives, but you never know what their goal is. You know. So I don't think I've cracked the code for that yet. But for me, I should tell myself as long as I have the 3, 4 people, the real 3, 4 people around me, and I don't think I need to worry about the rest. You know, it becomes easy to cut off the rest quickly because you know the real ones are still with you, and those are the ones who matter. Yeah.
You talked about your whole experience as a young DJ trying to get into the scene. So probably there's someone listening to this as a young creative. How do they get into the scene?
Persistence, man.
Yeah.
Break those doors. Always show up. Because the time when I was a DJ, when I was a young DJ, I used to play for free. Green Spots have seen me play for free in those gigs of theirs. Anyway, but yeah, you have to show up, man. But you see, if I didn't show up for those shows, there's some people who wouldn't have recognized me because I got bookings from such shows because they had me play and I used to play for long, and I used to get now gigs from that show. And the crazy thing is, that at that time, I think when I was 14, 15, I used to be paid like 60K. During that time, 60K was a lot of money. And I used to look at it like, sir, what am I supposed to do with this money at this age? Right now, if you give me 60K, I think by the time we leave here, it's going to be over. But at that time in age, I was like, bro, this is a lot of money, you know? So always show up, always be persistent, don't give up. Some days will be rough, some days will be tough. They'll be quite really tough. And I think that's when, for me, I usually say, that's when God is really testing you at your tough times in life. Crazy thing, I talked about that to my mom today before I came here. And it was on a point of you never sit down to look at God and say, you made me fail in this one, so why did you do it? I don't think you care about me. You always just put your head up high and always just put yourself to the position of don't stop, can't stop, you know. So you always have to be persistent every time. That's how you're gonna win.
What do you think this whole experience, if there's one profound lesson, what do you think this whole experience has taught you about yourself?
I wasn't ready for love, man. At that young age, no.
That was so interesting because it's so out of the blues. I was
No, you know it's
thinking,
crazy.
no. I was thinking you're gonna talk about something like perseverance or something like not giving up.
No,
But I was like,
we'll get to that, but it's true because the
yeah,
other day I went to talk to the young guys at Hillcrest, and when I was asked what was your greatest mistake in life till date, I said falling in love, and guys laughed and they took it like it's jokes. But for me, I take it so serious because
yeah,
uh, when I was in love, just recently, so once upon a time, it took like 2 years away from my life, and that is when Airbeat was picking up. So for me, I feel like I'm 2 years behind of where I should have been right now, you know. So at that time, I was so comfortable. I was really, really in love, and I didn't look at the future other than me and that
person.
woman, you know. But in life now, I think the breakup is what brought me up back to my feet and maybe realize, you know what, no one's gonna come and feed you, and no one's gonna come and give you anything on a silver spoon platter. You know, you have to put your hard work in, and you can't be comfortable. You can never be comfortable because your competition is not sleeping.
Yeah, but you see, you said exactly what you've gone through.
Yeah.
Because no, you see, you're saying not being in love, but it's that being in love and the heart being broken that's gotten you here.
Yeah,
Because
man.
probably if you didn't go through the heartbreak, you'd have whatever. Because you see, also a lot of us as men, we don't think that negative emotion, and that negative emotion is the one that's
It builds you, man,
I've seen
because
it's really built people out of nothing.
it puts
both
you on
men and
rage.
women.
Yeah, it puts you on rage because now for me, when I came out of that breakup, I was just like, you know what? I feel like guys have underlooked Airbeat, and I felt like that time we were scaling down and things weren't aligning with us. And I was like, you know, I need to come back and show guys that I'm not comfortable at that point anymore, you know. So it's like people show me and said, this guy that's got the success for summertime, and like cool. He got comfortable, you know. But now you see they can't say that now because the resilience came through from that, which you're right. So I think the breakup really helped, the negative energy helped, but it doesn't always work out for everyone.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. There's some people
Yeah,
take
it
it
takes them,
badly.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
takes
like I
them
said,
down.
if you can always convert that energy and shift it, it's great. Because like even if you look at I think Adele. Adele won the most Grammys of
Heartbreak, yeah. Even though that
until today people are jamming those songs.
to her
bro.
jams, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I even saw an interview. I was seeing like Drake's interview today, some video on TikTok, and he said that thing for. I took that energy and I turned it into me, and I focused everything into me. So I think that's what I did, and it really came out really well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. It's November, so it's Men Mental Health Awareness Month, and on this podcast we're big about mental health, and everything. You as Casey, you've talked about anxiety, you've talked about depression, but we just want to know, how do you stay grounded? How do you stay mentally okay?
my mom, my parents actually, both my parents.
Yeah.
My parents are like my parents are my best friends, man.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything I don't tell them.
Are you sure?
Okay, yeah, there's things.
No, no, but I get what you're saying.
Nah,
Even
actually,
me, my
no,
dad is like
actually,
my
no,
best
no, no.
friend, but
There's things.
there's
These
some,
guys,
there's some conversations you can't have with them. But I
these
get
guys know everything, man. Because they follow my Instagram, and if you follow my Instagram, I post whatever I want. So they know, but I don't think they ask because they're just like, yeah, I don't think that's our place right now. So my parents have been a great like pillar for me. My best friend Sharon, although she's not here, she's in Canada. She really holds it down for me. Ricky and Rahim are always a call away. Like anything I need, they come through for me. Like those guys have sent me to the pits, Mutua as well. So I've had the most solid guys around me. Like that's a blessing, and that's the only way I cope with it. I think back then I'd say that's how I've coped with it. Recently, I just sit down, take time, pray. I don't pray often, so I'm not gonna act like I pray often. Sometimes I just pray and tell God, you're seeing what's going on. Just show me the way and help me. My partner Kolo, my business partner Kolo, that's like my big bro right now. So I just go and holler at him. Yeah, this is how I'm feeling. ABC, the show didn't go well. So how do you feel you should handle things? And I think those things that also bring you the depression, anxiety, you just have to tackle them head on.
Yeah.
Because I think in that moment it becomes, like, say, financial or love or what else can patience, because you need a lot of patience in this game. That's for sure. So yeah, I think once you surround yourself with like loving people and put also God first, always put God first, is something that's gonna change your life 100 times more.
Okay. As we come to the end of this, do you think there's something I missed to ask you? Or do you think there's something you really wanted to tell the people that are listening?
Sometimes you have to step up and show niggas, man. Never let niggas laugh on your face and make them feel like they own you because of a situation. So in life, things happen. Like, you can't win every day. In this business, not even business in general, you can't win every day. Like, we had an event last weekend. We had Kranium over last weekend, and everyone's feedback is like, "Oh, that was a great show. You guys did well." But for us, we know that we took an L with that show. But I'm not gonna sit down and sob to it, and I know we have debts according to the show, and it's just for us to figure out how to sort it out. But if I was beating myself down and say, "Oh, my days, now you see things failed, so now I don't think you can continue doing another show." Nah, you can never be in that position where you have niggas stepping over you. You always have to be above everyone else. You always have to stand 10 times higher than everyone else. Even if you've fallen down, you have to wake up and put your chest out and put your chin up. So never be in a situation whereby niggas, you give the key to niggas to look down upon you. Always be the winner, always be number one every time. And anything that happens every time. Because even like today, I shared like a post on my Instagram. It said, I can't remember. Let me just read it directly. I don't want to misquote it because for me it was a strong post.
Point.
It said, "You can't have aura and expect people not to look at you, copy you, and obsess. It comes with the game." So once you're a guy that is doing great things, everyone's gonna talk about you always. Because I can't sit down and talk about someone not doing great. We talk about Muhammad Ali because he was great. I can't talk about Njoroge because I don't know what Njoroge is doing in his life. You get?
Yeah.
So just know anytime people are talking about you, people are trying to bring you down, it's because you're shaking them. And from that, you just have to shake them more, man. Never sit down, never settle for less, and never make people feel like they're above you and they're downplaying you, they can step on you. Nah, the game is yours, and that's why you're in this position. That's your seat, that's your throne. If you let niggas kick you out of the throne, then you can never go back to the throne again. So never allow a nigga throw you off your throne. and believe in your source, man. Believe in your source. I've had stories of niggas saying, "Oh, we're gonna start our own summer tides and everything," and I was like, I wish you all the best, man. But you can have the game, but you can't have the source because the source comes within the person who did it all. So you can try copy paste the whole script, but you can never have the source. So yeah, the source is always within you because I can't have Just Kick It as a Blessing podcast the same way you're doing it. You have the source, and you understand the whole dynamic of why Just to Kick It is a blessing. So to me, I'd be like, what? I just needed something else, but still a podcast.
Yeah.
And the same thing you said earlier, competition. Competition is there and it's smooth. It's like I see there's so many entertainment companies that have come up. There's invite only. There's some young kids. Shout out to Leon Osoro, Owen, Mugwi. They have a company called Invites Only. And I'm really proud of what those kids are doing. It's really great. Those guys had an event the same day as I had, and those guys shut it down. They had a full house of an event, and that's a proud moment, So I'll never go back and like fight them and be like, nah, I'm the big dog now. Yeah. You guys have to come and get. Nah, if you're doing your thing, I appreciate it, and I can support you in any way possible.
Yeah.
And that's why also collaborations work. Not all the time. Sometimes they don't work out, but collaborating is the best way. Like for me, I collaborate with my brother Sichangi. Shout out to Kutane. You have to work with guys as well, Now my partner Collins as well. So there's various different people to sit down and have to collaborate with for you to win in this space.
No, I think collaboration works everywhere because like I even there's a class I usually attend and it's taught by a lady in marketing and she got very different people from very high class companies in marketing to come and talk to us about it. And that's what she was saying. She was saying the only thing that has set her apart and why she's reached the heights she has is because of collaboration.
Yeah.
When everyone has looked at something as a competition, she said, no, how can we collaborate with this person, not compete?
Yeah,
and there's enough cake for everyone.
Yeah, the cake is always
You
big.
don't need to focus on eating someone's cake because you now don't see your cake.
Yeah, there's different things you can do within the same space in a different way.
Yeah.
Because also, Sichango always tells me this, the cake is big enough for all of us to eat.
Yeah.
And clearly all of us are eating,
Yeah.
So it's just the mindset you put in yourself. And if you enter this game with the mindset of, fuck everyone, I'm going to be the big dog, I don't think you'll last. And I've seen people who come with that energy who haven't even stayed for a year,
Yeah.
Once you collaborate, it makes things easier and it makes ideas flow. Because you have a different idea, I have a different idea. So things align and things come to glory at the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know if you have anything else. That's it.
No, I don't.
No. Thank you so much for blessing this podcast. Thank you so much
Appreciate
for
it,
taking
man.
your time to come and, kick it with us. We really, 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 really appreciate you.
No, man. I remember I promised you that day when we met outside. I told you we'll do it, don't worry.
Yeah, so thank you
and
so
here
much
we are now, man.
for blessing it, yeah.
Especially on a Saturday, that's crazy. It's fine this time.
Yes.
But yeah, I had to do it, man.
Thank you for taking
promise.
Yeah, thank you for taking the Saturday. We really appreciate you.
No pressure,
we
man.
wish you all the best and we look
too,
forward
man.
to having you, soon
Later on.
when you have more stories for us.
When we're counting down 10 years now for Airbeat, I think we'll come and have a different other story now.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No pressure, Tupac.
For those of you tuning in from home, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Just to Kick It is a Blessing podcast. Remember that no matter where you are, no matter what you're going through, Just to Kick It is a blessing. Thank you and see you next week.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Goodbye.
You guys who are just watching it without subscribing. Subscribe to Just to Kick. Hey. That podcast, Just to Kick It is a blessing, man.
We are let him stay. If a demon come for the boom, singing no weapon forming against me shall prosper.